Hey YouTube, I'm back. Look, subscribers, I just want to thank you for subscribing and hope you find this tutorial as awesome as I do. Alright, so what we're going to do today is we're going to take the 2017 Dollar Tree foam pumpkin, so $1, and we're going to turn it into something a little bit, what should we say, way cuter pumpkin, right? And this thing, it goes so fast. I'm talking probably less than 15 minutes to make one, and very cheap. As long as you've got your hot glue gun, and scissors, get you some sticks out of the yard, or friend or neighbor's yard. You'll just need to, you'll spend $2 at Hobby Lobby. I mean, Dollar Tree. And then whatever fabric. If you want to recycle fabric you got in the house to make a pumpkin, I mean, you're not limited to the orange. Just the orange is the fastest. Because when you do one of the whiter pumpkins, you want to paint the pumpkin white first so the orange doesn't glaringly shine through your fabric. So those take a little bit, just a tad longer, not too much. So today we're going to work on the orange pumpkin. And so let me show you all the things you need. We'll get right to it. Your hot glue gun. Now, as far as your hot glue gun goes, you want the low temp because we're going to be working with the glue with our fingers. And if you've got a high temp, it's not going to work out for you. You're going to get burned. I mean, bad. Okay? So don't even try this project with a high temp. You want the low temp. And you can get one of these at Walmart for like $2.44, $3. So they're not expensive. So please, please, please get a low temp before you start this project. Alright, next thing you'll need for this particular orange pumpkin, we're going to do orange burlap, which I purchased at Hobby Lobby. You probably can find some at Walmart as well if you don't have a Hobby Lobby near you. Any kind of fabric store is going to carry burlap, I assume. And then also I'm going to use the green trim. Bought this at Hobby Lobby. But you can get whatever color green trim you want. Like I said, probably Walmart or Michael's. Alright? When you're at the old Dollar Tree picking up your happy little pumpkins, check the floral section to get your lace trim. Buck. Awesome. And that will be your embellishment at the top. Alright? Then lastly, you're going to need a good pair of scissors. These are Friskers. Highly recommend. You could probably cut this burlap with normal scissors, but it's not going to be fun. These are designed to cut through that stuff nice and easy, instead of you having to wrestle with the burlap. And lastly, you'll need your hot glue sticks. Low temp, hot glue gun. Remember, save your fingers, don't get burned. So let's get started now that I'm done blabbering. First thing I do is the fun part. We're gonna get, if you want to keep this for some other project, by all means do it. But I just kind of gently pull this out on a little toothpick and I throw that away. Don't even. Now we've got this pumpkin ready for some goodness. Next thing I do is I need a little more space. So I can stand up here and cut this burlap. Should have cut the burlap already. Saved a little time. So you're going to cut the burlap out. What you want to do is, let me turn this down here so you can see what I'm doing. That's the worst. Not being able to see what someone's doing. Is you're going to want to roll it until you get the length that wraps around the pumpkin. And you want to cut it a little bit longer than that because we're going to finish off the ends here. Kind of like sewing without having to sew. And so you want to do that, get the length that you need cut. And also, what you can do is to measure, you kind of like you do a present, you want to fold up to make sure you kind of meet the middle. You don't really want to quite meet the middle, but you want to fold up on each side to get kind of the width that you need to wrap around this pumpkin. And if you cut too much, you can always go back and trim it down a little bit. If you cut too little, well, Try not to cut too little. It's not easy to undo that error. Alright, I apologize. I have limited space here. We'll get it worked out. So I'm going to cut this burlap. I'm going to roll my pumpkin. Get where I need. Get that burlap cut. Alrighty. Alright. Got a little bit wider, I guess. Now I'm going to get the length of it cut down. There's no rhyme or reason here. See, I work fast. I've never been able to take the time and patience to measure things. If you're someone prone to, not prone, but someone who's talented with that kind of precision, go for it. Measure and get your parameters. Alright, so now that we have our burlap, we're going to fold up and glue these in so that we have the nice clean edge when we put it around the pumpkin. So I'm going to get this here because I don't want this hot glue all over my table here. You run a line of glue. And this right here is why you want low temp, because then you're going to fold this down and kind of hold it. If you had hot temp right now, you'd be burning your fingers, and that's no fun. I've done it. It's not fun. Once you get the one line down, you go for the next. Just to fold it 2 times, just to get all that frayable stuff tucked in so your pumpkin cannot fray. And so it can look nice and sewn and neat. You know what I'm saying? I want precision, quality here. Now, this side's a little funky, so I'm going to trim it up. Oh, I hope it's long enough. Let's see. Oh, no. You know I would do that, right, when I'm trying to video? Oh my goodness. I made it too short, you guys. That is such a bum. This video is going to be a little bit longer than expected. I apologize. I'm going to salvage the situation by making this seam a little bit thinner. Because, I mean, I'm just barely too short with this stuff. So I'm just going to tuck it right here. And hope I've got enough to make it work. Cross your fingers. You know what? And for the sake of time and for the sake of salvaging this tutorial video, because I don't have much time, I've got a sleeping toddler. There's no way they're going to last for me to redo this. I might not even get this video done. I might have to come back and start all over. And that's just how it is, you know, when you're trying to do arts and crafts and parent and all that good stuff. I might, for the sake of the video, not polish this end, because I'll tuck this end under the polished end. See? So you can probably save that step if you want. I'm going to save it so that you guys can have a lovely tutorial. The next thing you do, run a glue strip along the seam of the pumpkin, and then get the burlap on there, and then roll this, and you want to roll it tight as you can, and then you're going to run a glue strip. You can either do it on here, I usually do it here, so I make sure it is on where I need it, and then get it on there, and hold it down until you've got it sealed. Now we're talking, that was some major saving. Saved the situation. Live drama. Now look, I cut this way too wide. So, that's where you measure takers can come in and measure and make happy, perfect things. I admire you. Think it's awesome. I don't work that way. So I'm just going to trim these ends down so I can get this in a workable size here. Ugh. See, you wouldn't have been able to cut that. I wouldn't have been able to cut that with regular old scissors. And that's why I recommend the old friskers. They're not cheap though. But if you're working on a lot of projects cutting fabric, they're a good investment. Alright, now that we have the right width, and now that we have the pumpkin, the seam went well, the next thing we're going to do, kind of like a present, fold up one end, and then kind of flip it over, and we're going to work on folding down the bottom side of the pumpkin. That's what I'm working on right now. Bottom, and can you see this? Oh goodness, is this even is this even a useful video for anyone? Let me show you how I run the seam. I run it diagonal across, and then I fold into that. Run diagonal across, so some on the burlap, some onto the pumpkin, and fold it across. Okay? I'll try not to slam my hot glue gun on the table, because that's annoying. It's not annoying to me, but I'm sure it's annoying for you. Alright. We'll go back and clear up all those glue strings. I wish there was a way to invent a non-glue stringing glue gun. I really. Do they exist? If they do, comment below and tell me about it. I'd like a non-stringy hot glue gun. The strings are driving insane. Oh my goodness. Now see how there's a little bit in the middle of this pumpkin? I'm not going to worry about that because we're going to finish off the bottom. Well, I'm not going to do it in this video, but I'll show you how to do it. I'll tell you how to do it. Last little strip here. Tuck it in. Hold it. See, this is another area where if you get that high temp glue, you're burning the crap out of your fingers, man. Low temp all the way for these kind of projects. Alright, so now we've got the bottom of the pumpkin done. Let's do the top. I always like to start at the seam. There's really no rhyme or reason. It seems proper to start at the seam. You want to make sure to keep that hole there, because that's where your little stem's going to go. You keep that hole going. So you don't want to cover that up. So keep that in mind when you do the top part. Okay, how many of you recorded a YouTube video before and you're all ready to go and you're recording and you're trying to make it happen and you got a toddler sleeping and you're just desperately trying to get a video done while you've got the time, and you look up and your computer tells you got 5% battery before your computer dies? Really? We'll see if I get this video made before my computer dies, because I am nowhere near my plug. I'm nowhere near my cord to plug in. So you see how I'm wrapping across there, right? Now, I really cut it a little short up here. We're going to have to get crafty on the top here to make it work, but it is workable. And you just do that wrap and fold method and get your top wrapped down. And we are almost done. Can you believe that? Well, not almost, but very. Now, next thing. Now that we got our pumpkin wrapped, we want to get a burlap. You don't have to do this. This burlap's got big holes in it, so I'm doing a method that allows me to use this burlap. I'm going to glue a leaf shape, and I'm going to fold this over. And what that does is it makes it thick enough you're not going to see that hot glue, but it seals it so that this stuff doesn't just fray all to nothing and you have leaves no more. You know what I'm saying? Because this is such holy burlap that it'll just fray apart and there won't be anything left. So you want to make 2 leaves, and I'm going to do that. Still got 5%, so cross your fingers, everybody, that I'm going to get this made before my battery goes dead. Here's my next leaf. Fold it over. Another point where you wouldn't want your high temp glue going on, unless you want blisters. So I don't mean to be annoying there. I just want to make sure you're safe and don't get hurt while you're making this project. Alright, so there's our 2 leaves. Next step is you want to take this, get your stick of choice, and you want to try to burrow it in this hole and get that hole going. So I got my hole, and now I'm going to hot glue this leaf, and I'm going to tuck a little bit down in that hole. And I'm also going to try to hide my where you can still see some of the pumpkin. So there's that one. And now we're going to do this one. Oop, hot glue gun slam again. There. I'm going to just do a little tweak here. Just want to make sure I'm covering up all that pumpkin that didn't get wrapped in burlap, because I want it to look nice. Now I'm going to put some glue down in this hole, and then I'm going to glue my stem, and I'm going to tuck it down in there. Oh, come on, there we go. I'm going to clean up the 50,000 strands that are insanely annoying. Alright, let's get our lace trim here from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take about 6 inches. You can cut how much you want. Wrap it around. Alright. Isn't it awesome? Now this one had a little bit of fraying on one end. Let me trim it. I want it pretty. I didn't want it frayed like that. So that's pretty much done. Now we want to address the bottom here. I mean, there's several different ways you can do this. You can just cut out a piece of felt and apply it. What I do, which I don't have the material to do here, maybe I can get really crafty here. I'm getting super crafty, so hang with me. That's one of the things you'll find if you follow my channel, is nothing is gonna be boring. Look at that. That's gonna work. I'll show you what I do. I cut a felt. I don't use this typically, but this is gonna work. Cut a felt circle. Get my orange burlap. Cut a square. Ooh. Or a circle. I always do a square. I don't know why. I'm gonna get off screen and cut this square though. Just because I have to. Just bear with me a second. I apologize for that. Now, what we do is you just run a little ring, start tucking. Oh, I did the wrong side. I want the white side so you don't see all that typing stuff. Sorry about that. Alright, so I'm going to start tucking this burlap onto this ring. And you're just going around tucking and tucking. Getting all that burlap wrapped around that pretty little ring so that you have a nice round finish. I really like, this is my method of preference. I like to take the fabric, wrap it around the felt. I like to wrap it around felt. And see how we got our ring now? Now what you do, I'm a little annoyed by all this spray and stuff. I'm going to trim it off. I don't want any strings coming out the bottom. Ah, hot glue. I've got 3% battery, guys. Here we go. You're going to run your hot glue all over. When you run out of hot glue, you just get a new stick. And you just want to glue it all over like that. Flip this over and press it down. Now, there it is. Now, I do want to tell you, I usually do the base before I work on the top. That way, when you're pressing it down, you're not pressing down on all your stems and stuff. But I did a little bit different order because I didn't know I was going to be able to treat the bottom. Here's how the bottom typically looks when you're using felt. And that's it. We're done. What are we at? We're at 20 minutes, and I've been blabbing. So this project is less than 15 minutes, and very cheap. And you can make a lot of pumpkins for a craft show or whatever you want to do. So I am very excited to share it with you, and look forward to hearing what you think about this project. If you like it, click the like button. If you like my tutorials of craziness, subscribe. I have some more fall themed things, DIY dollar store hacks that I'm hoping to make videos for you very soon. And just thank you for following, and look forward to the next one. Oh, if you make some of these pumpkins, share with me. Share some pictures or links to pictures or something. I'd love to see what you do with these pumpkins and where you put them. And remember, you don't have to keep it to just the orange. You can make really cool like that. Where'd the other one go? Did it fall on the floor? Did you see my brown pumpkin? Well, there's one I made that's this brown color, and then it has the white leaves. It's really cool. But in light of blabbing on and you needing to go and me getting this video done before the battery runs dead, thank you for joining me, and check back in. And in the meantime, peace out.